am a man of peace. I love peace. God knows how I love peace. And probably with this guiding principle, one illustrious son of Ghana traversed the terrain from Somalia to Iraq, Darfur, and East Timor to broker peace. We have the former UN Secretary General, His Excellency Mr. Kofi Annan, to share some thoughts with us about our just ended elections. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Happy to be with you.
Thank you so much for your time. Now, first, what are your perspectives about our just ended elections?
I think Ghanaians should be very proud, my compatriots should be very proud of the results. They demonstrated a level of political maturity that perhaps most of us had not realized they had. Not only was the election peaceful and open and fair, but they were determined to ensure that it stayed that way. I know there was considerable concern and anxiety amongst the population, amongst civil society, but their main concern was stability and peace. Yeah. They had done their duty by voting peacefully.
Yeah. Now, as a Ghanaian and a former UN Secretary General, as well as an international statesman, how did you feel about, the divisive politicking and, which became really heated?
It was unnecessary. It should never have happened. Although I must admit, I think there were some exaggerations and lots of rumors. But I think the way the elections were conducted, we owe a debt of gratitude to the Dr. Afarijan and the Electoral Commission. And I think they did an excellent job conducting a competent, transparent, open, and fair elections. And in the end, they saved the day.
Yeah. Now, given your international and vast experience, at one point, did you think it was going to degenerate into something that probably, the very fabric of our society was going to give away?
Honestly, I know that there was lots of concern in many quarters about that possibility, but I personally did not think it would come to that. Maybe I didn't think it would come to that because I was a bit removed from it, in that initially I was outside and I was talking to people inside, but of course I came in at the end when the voting in 10 was going on and stayed in touch with the key players, and I personally did not feel that it will get out of hand. And even if some people may have wanted to act in an irresponsible manner, honestly I was not that worried. I had lived through conflicts in other parts of the world, and you often can sort of assess or feel what is likely to happen. I didn't think we were going towards that.
Yeah. Now, what were your feelings, regarding what the international community was thinking about our elections?
No, the observers who were here, from the European Union to the Commonwealth to the Carter Center, all felt that the elections were fairly organized. In fact, Carter's words to me was that the Electoral Commission did an excellent job, and I think the results proved that, and they were very proud of the way the Ghanaians conducted themselves, because some of these people have observed elections elsewhere in the world, and so they have a basis of comparison.
Now, is it just our imagination, or are we right in saying that sometimes the foreign media just likes to jump on negative issues, negative things, even though there are some good?
It's a fact that some of the positive developments in Africa do not make it to the headlines. There are lots of positive things that I would like to see in the headlines. Somehow the press do not focus on that. Good news is not news. Sometimes I have the feeling that when there is blood, they come in and report it. When you stop spilling blood, the news ceases. But I think we have got lots of good press. There's been lots of goodwill towards Ghana, and I think the way the press have reported our elections has been basically fair. There may be one or two who have exaggerated, but on the whole, I think they've given us lots of good press.
Yeah. Now that you talk about the press here in Ghana, how would you rate our performance?
I think there have been some good press. There are others who had, who were honestly speaking irresponsible, and put out reports and made statements that could have incited people to do things that they shouldn't have done. I believe firmly in freedom of the press, and I think we should encourage that. But freedom of the press must also come with some responsibility. Responsibility to the nation, to the national cohesiveness. We should tell the truth. We should be able to report events and facts. But we need to be sensitive to how we report these certain issues, particularly in moments of tension.
Yeah. So how about your comments on the international media's reportage on our elections?
I think on the whole, as I said, it was fair, and some of them picked up the anxiety that Ghanaians were expressing, wondering if we were going to have an explosion. As I said, I did not believe in that. I did not think we were going to have an explosion.
Is it your firm belief in the fact that we as Ghanaians say we are peace-loving people? Was it your gut feeling that was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't just that. I think apart from the sense of, apart from the peaceful nature generally of the Ghanaian people, I thought the way the Electoral Commission was handling its work, if it were given the chance, it will come up with the right decisions and diffuse the situation. And I was also able to talk to the Commissioner at critical stages, and I knew they were doing their work, and they were doing it without fear and without favor, and that all that we needed was a bit of patience until the results came out, and not to rely on the rumors that were floating around.
What should we expect from the new administration?
These are decisions that the new president and his government will have to make. But he's taken over at a time when we will be going through a difficult year. 2009 will be difficult economically and socially. Remittances from Ghanaians abroad will slow. Direct investments will slow because of the credit crunch. And yet there is lots of expectation from the people. I think we need to work with him. We need to reduce our expectations. We need to be realistic about these expectations. And I think the president himself yesterday sounded a good note by saying we need to work in unity. And we have to pull together as a nation to work with the president as he tackles the economic and social challenges that we all face. And I'm confident that he's going to do just that. But he needs our support. He cannot do it alone. The politicians cannot do it alone. We need civil society, women's groups, youth movement, and we should all give that support freely and willingly. Yeah. And the two parties, the main parties, must also work together for the sake of the nation.
I believe you've had the occasion to speak separately to both parties, that is the two major parties, the NPP and the NDC.
Yes, I have spoken to the president and also to the opposition flag bearer, Nanado, and I think they should be able to work together and pull their supporters along. It's not going to be easy. There will be those who will be unhappy about results or one thing or the other and may not understand why they should cooperate, but they should do it for the sake of the nation.
Yeah, would you want to stay and help us build our bridges?
I've always done that, and I'm always prepared to do that.
And what would you leave with Ghanaians finally?
That now that the elections are over, we should focus on the task ahead. We have a beautiful country. We have one Ghana, and we should all work hard to ensure that we have stability, we have unity, peace and prosperity. It is a task for each and every one of us. And I hope everyone will respond to the call that the President made yesterday.
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank you, sir. We do appreciate your time, but I'd like to say that in French.
Well, you're free to.
Okay. I'm just going to say, nous vous remercions pour votre moment avec nous.
Merci, c'est très gentil.
Oui. C'est très gentil.
Okay.